Hey, good. And of course, again, still talking about your travel itinerary. Do you need insurance, travel insurance? I guess yes, it's important because we keep seeing baggages getting lost one way or the other, human error, and it's not because you are a gold, star carrier or whatever. It doesn't matter. It happens to everyone. Pilfering from the bags, things get lost. You do need an element of travel insurance.
Before we go on, let me quickly put this in. There was a time, for people who travel almost all the time and they have the visa, somebody I know didn't know that the visa had expired. So she already bought her tickets.
Right.
Only to discover that there's no visa to enter the country.
Absolutely. It happens all the time. And that's why I say first check your passport validity. Don't assume, oh, my passport is okay, I've got 5 years visa on it. Sometimes your visa can expire even on an invalid passport. So you have the passport, validity of the passport. While you're going through the validity of the passport, you're going to check, do I have a visa? And yes, you're right. Some people think, oh, I got my visa 2 years ago, it's still valid, whereas actually it's about to expire. And they haven't gone through the process of, because sometimes those long visas make you become, a little absent-minded. And it happens all the time, even during holiday trips. You get there, you have a visa, and you've forgotten that your kids don't have a visa. So there are little things that, they sound like common sense, but truth be told, they are things that we actually tend to forget take for granted.
Yeah.
And they are the first things, before you even think about what you're packing in your suitcase. Do you have the right documents to travel with?
Yeah, and then, in packing all of those kind of, baggage that lady has, the place of the passport, because I've seen some other persons,
Yes.
they're at the airport, where's your passport? That's when they remember it's at home.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So again, before you even embark on that travel at all, it's happened before. It happened to my son as well. We were just about driving out of the house and he forgot his passport. And he's like, thank God he said it while we were still in the area. We made a quick U-turn and went back. But of course, don't wait till the day you're traveling before you pack clothes, before you pack, because that happens all the time. I'm going to pack 1 hour at a time. Procrastination. Your travel documents are the first things. And if indeed you've checked in online, print out the boarding pass and have that in your bag as the first item. Even before money or anything else, just put that inside your bag, maybe your credit card and a bit of cash. If that's packed, it's fine. And make sure it's the bag you're traveling with, not the bag you went to the office with and you then dropped it at home and you picked your other travel bag. Make sure that it's the bag you're actually traveling with, because it's easy. These things, in the midst of it all, you tend to forget. And more importantly, you tend to procrastinate. Oh, I'll do it when I get back. I'll do it when I get back. I'll do it tomorrow. And then you find out, oh my God, the time has gone and you're all over the place and you will likely forget your passport if you're thinking, oh my God, my bags, zip up, let's go. But I think down to clothing items. First of all, I want to say the first item that you should think of when it comes to clothing is what you're going to wear when you travel, especially because it's business travel assignment. So some people like to go business casual and maybe way too casual. So they're probably in slippers, jeans, t-shirt. But you have to remember, when it comes to clothing, your confidence level and the way you behave and the way you act actually is affected by what you wear. So if you're so casually dressed and you're on the flight and you now meet the chairman of a certain organization, it's going to affect your behavior and the way you act, because you're now going to feel, oh dear, I'm a little dressed down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your clothing affects the way you behave, the way you act, and the way you react as well. So what are you wearing? So I always say, for business travel, travel business casual. But make sure you have formal wear for when you go for that particular meeting. That's the difference, because first impressions go a long way. And you don't want to, sabotage that image just by underdressing.
And you also want to consider the weather, I think.
Oh, yes, I have it here. So again, that affects your packing. Where am I going? At this time of the year, for example, in South Africa, it's winter. But most places in the world, it's summer. Even though they're cold all around the year, around July, August, that's when they're hot. But South Africa is cold, it's winter. Even in Nairobi, Kenya, it's cold now. So you have to think that, don't assume that everywhere is the same. Check, do your research, pack a coat, pack an umbrella, pack a sweater. You know, pack long trousers. Don't assume because I live in Nigeria and my entire wardrobe is full of summer clothes. You actually need to invest in some winter clothes if indeed the nature of your job involves you traveling. You have to have those things, even though you don't use them here, but you have them ready for when you are traveling. You see? And again, it's always important to pack essentials. Your itinerary should determine what you pack. Am I going to have 3 important meetings? So I need 3 important suits, shirts, blouses, and shoes to go with it, and the bag. Are we going to have an evening affair? Have I gone for a conference that involves a gala night? I definitely need to pack something that I'm going to wear for that evening formal. So if I'm a man, my suit and my black tie. If I'm a woman, a long gown because it's evening. You know, is it going to be a cocktail? So I need to wear something that is not so formal, a little dressed down, and pack the right shoes and accessories to go with it. It's all about what am I going to do for that entire week. And always remember, it is not a vacation. Okay? It is a business trip, and therefore, all eyes on you. The reputation of the organization that you're going to represent is actually going to be seen in the way you behave and conduct yourself. You know.
I was going to ask a question because
Yes.
when in that film we saw, when she walked into the room, she was all dressed up. Apparently, she traveled formal.
Correct.
And then you saw the way she was taking off the shoes as if they had been on, and maybe her feet, having sat down for a long time, the feet swollen,
Correct.
so she has to,
Yeah.
and all that. What do you think about those who, whenever they're traveling,
Yeah.
I mean, they probably wear a t-shirt and a pair of jeans and wear slippers. They'll tell you, when you get to the airport, you have to take off shoes, you have to take off belts
Yes,
and all
and they
of that.
don't
So
want
the stress of having to go through all of that, so they dress that way.
Yes.
Is that okay? And then
No.
compared to the lady who's
No,
all
it is
formal,
not.
and then considering the hours they're going to sit down and the effect on the feet.
You know, that's why I said, no, it's not okay to be too casually dressed, but it is okay to be business casual. So do you know what? You can wear dark jeans, even a polo t-shirt, but a jacket on top. Can you see the difference? You've actually upscaled that outfit by putting that jacket on it. When you get on the plane, you can take the jacket off. People will understand. But you are business casual. So you're part casual, part formal. And the same thing applies to ladies. You wear a pair of black pants, you wear a nice blouse, and add a jacket to it. At some point, you're going to take the jacket off. A long blouse would be okay. But you would have noticed I said to her, she's business dress, but her skirt looked a little too short for business travel. When you're going to find yourself sitting in public places, whether it is the lounge, whether it is the plane itself, I would advise not to wear anything too short for many reasons. You're sitting on multiple seats. You really need to protect yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And therefore, for decency, for the way you see, you're in a public place, a short dress, you're going to feel very uncomfortable. Sitting on the plane, sitting in the lounge, sitting in the waiting area, So that's why I said that's a topic for another day when it comes to dressing. Look at the way she used the hotel facility. She spread all the clothes all over the